right now, Bitcoin's just not very interesting. It's not doing anything. It's very, very steady. It's sitting around 97, 96,000. Hasn't done anything for 6 weeks, and that's Bitcoin. But part of being a Bitcoiner is you don't trade your Bitcoin. You don't sell your Bitcoin. You don't buy your Bitcoin. You don't get too caught up in like options on Bitcoin or MicroStrategy or options on MicroStrategy or any of these things. You just hold your Bitcoin.
Fred Krueger firmly believes that for long-term savings, there is only one cryptocurrency that truly matters: Bitcoin. He emphasizes that if someone is looking to store their wealth for a period longer than a year, Bitcoin is the safest and most effective option. Unlike other digital assets that come with high risks and speculative aspects, Bitcoin has established itself as perfect money, a digital asset with a proven track record, security, and scarcity that guarantees appreciation over time. Krueger warns against diversifying into alternative cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or Cardano, as he believes these assets carry excessive risk compared to Bitcoin. He acknowledges that some individuals may dabble in Solana, but ultimately Bitcoin remains the gold standard for financial security.
Please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. You can also check out our other videos on cryptocurrencies and the overall digital asset space and drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to the channel's growth. Thanks and enjoy the video.
I think for long-term savings, there's only one coin that you really ever need to buy, which is Bitcoin. It is the store of value. If you're going to put your money away in something for over a year, make it Bitcoin. Do not go into Cardano. Do not go into Ethereum. You may play around a little bit in Solana, but I would say really you have something that's perfect money, which is Bitcoin, which is going to do fantastic over long periods of time. Just guaranteed to do absolutely fantastic. Everything else is kind of risky. And so you have this sort of spectrum, right? On one hand, you have Bitcoin, which is perfect money, which is fantastic. That should be how you measure your success in life, right? So, British Hodl, one of my fellow Bitcoiners always says, you just got to get to one Bitcoin. That's your goal, right? So I think if you're young, when I was in college, I was completely broke. In grad school, I was completely broke, and I couldn't possibly imagine having $100,000 in cash, which is one Bitcoin today. So I get it when people are like, well, I cannot have one Bitcoin. It's crazy money. But that should be an objective for you to get to that one Bitcoin level. And there's under 1 million people on this planet who have one Bitcoin. So I would say that's really your goalpost, is to get to one Bitcoin. Once you got one Bitcoin, you've got some success in life. You exit a company, you're part of some startup, you're in a high position, paying position. You can try to get to 10 Bitcoin, right? And that's sort of that's sort of the next kind of level, right? You're gonna have to be a little bit more lucky. You have to make the right moves. That's 100 Bitcoin. The next, probably the final level you would ever get to, if you're ever lucky, is 1,000 Bitcoin. I'm just a little bit below that right now. But it's sort of like 100 Bitcoin is a great level. It's a kind of a dream level to get to. And I think that means pretty much your financial future is guaranteed for the rest of your life and for your children's life. It's enough for you and your progeny to go on. So that's the way I see the financial stuff. I think it's very simple. You just invest in Bitcoin. You don't time it. You don't go in and out. You can look at it. Right now, Bitcoin's just not very interesting. It's not doing anything. It's very, very steady. It's sitting around 97, 96,000. Hasn't done anything for 6 weeks. And that's Bitcoin. But part of being a Bitcoiner is you don't trade your Bitcoin. You don't sell your Bitcoin. You don't buy your Bitcoin. You don't get too caught up in like options on Bitcoin or MicroStrategy or options on MicroStrategy or any of these things, you just hold your Bitcoin. Now, if you want to hold an ETF, hold an ETF. If you want to hold your Bitcoin in cold storage, hold your Bitcoin in cold storage. Both are fine, right? If you're just starting out, use a mobile wallet. Just if you don't have very much Bitcoin, you can hold it in a mobile wallet. By the way, you can hold your Bitcoin in Phantom Wallet on Solana. It's a decent Bitcoin wallet if you want. There's better ones. So that's Bitcoin. At the other extreme, right? At the other extreme, we have meme coins. Okay? Now, meme coins are not investments. Now, what I say by that is, if you put your money in a meme coin and you go to sleep for a year and you wake up, you will not have any more money. Most probably, right? Most probably, you wait a year, your meme coin goes to zero. Okay, but that's okay. That's part of what meme coins are, right? Meme coins are kind of a cultural phenomena that happens for a brief period of time, and then it's not worth anything. Okay, you may get lucky and you may get in one of these cultural moments that actually kind of becomes kind of a Shiba Inu or Doge. There are a few of these things that sort of just for whatever reason have kind of percolated out into something that's going to probably be worthwhile. I mean, Doge will probably be worth something 10 years from now. Just like Litecoin still has value. It's sort of a meme coin in a way. Like nobody uses it, has no utility of any kind. It's just kind of there. So that's the way I see meme coins.
According to Krueger, meme coins operate as a game where early participants attempt to capitalize on hype before the inevitable sell-off. He likens it to a zero-sum game in which some traders profit at the expense of others. Because the market operates with clear rules and transparency, traders enter knowing the risks involved. For those who choose to engage in the meme coin market, Krueger suggests doing so with a mindset of entertainment rather than investment. He does not recommend holding meme coins long-term, but acknowledges that some traders find enjoyment in the short-term speculation they offer.
The way I look at meme coins, I just want to give you my perspective on them, right? So the way I look at it is, it's a game, right? So it's a game, and you come into this game, and the game starts when somebody, somewhere, right, starts one of these coins, right? So they're going to start this coin off. They're going to throw a little Solana into it right at the beginning. Usually it's somewhere between 1 Solana and, 20 Solana, right? And what you will see is that the price that you get your Solana goes from the very beginning to the end, right? That price curve, you sort of think, well, that price curve seems like it goes up a lot, right? And you're looking at the market cap and it goes up quite a bit from the beginning. But in terms of price, it's not actually going up that much. Not actually even doubling from the very beginning to the end. It's going up about 60%. And then we have this very sort of bizarre bonding phenomena, right? Where the price just, once it migrates to Radium, it will go up by 10x, right? So we're kind of around $80,000 in price. And we're around $20,000 in price, and then we go to basically about 100 grand, right? And so it takes 83 SOL to get to bonded, right? And so we're going to go up 5x, excuse me. So there's a lot of people have an incentive now to dump, but then after that, other people they can play that the coin's going to go up from there because the dumping is done. So this is part of the game, and everybody can play the game. And in many cases, the game ends in one day. The game ends in one day, and you could go to Pigcoin, and Pigcoin might be dead, or not, right? People could sell Pigcoin, and Pigcoin comes back the next day, and it's big, right? And then if you look at some of these coins that have done pretty well, look at Pump.Fun, and you look at some of the there are some coins that have some legs, right? And Peanut the squirrel, right? That coin still has $500 million market cap. Fart coin has $500 million market cap still, and both of those coins were billion-dollar coins, right? Now, should you buy fart coin? I think fart coin is going to be a pretty bad investment ultimately. So I kind of am interested in these things at the beginning of their lives, sort of like an early stage investor. I find that they're kind of more interesting. They're more interesting for trading. Look, I just think that they're fun. It's fun. It's a game, right? It's a little bit of a zero-sum game. So if I win, you lose, or if you win, I lose. But the rules are pretty clear, right? Everybody has the rules. We're playing the exact same board. Nobody has any sort of hidden advantages. You can try to rug me. I can try to rug you. Doesn't matter. I say pig coin. You go buy pig coin. You could sell pig coin. You say, Fred, you need to lock up your pig coin. Well, what about you? Are you locking up your pig coin? You may not, right? So listen, I think that's what it is. I do think that, a lot of people sort of say, well, what's your long-term project with any of these things? Like, I don't think that people have long-term projects for any of these things. I think they're kind of all just kind of meaningless cultural things. And they have value for a moment, and they might eventually have value, right? They might have value ultimately. And so what's the goal? Well, kind of the goal is to kind of to find the next fart coin, to kind of get that next coin that actually can last. And look, that's a huge lottery ticket, right?
Krueger concludes his discussion by challenging the idea that most altcoins and meme coins have viable long-term projects behind them. While some claim to be building the next revolutionary technology, he believes that the majority of them lack substance and are driven primarily by short-term hype. For serious investors, the goal should be to focus on assets that have enduring value. In his view, that means prioritizing Bitcoin and avoiding distractions from the countless speculative projects in the cryptocurrency space. Please like and subscribe.